Hi guys, how are you? It's been a long time. My name is Sheikh. For some of you who don't know me, I'm making this video from France, one of the most powerful countries in Europe. In terms of diplomacy, France is just, a very powerful country. Well, I'm here today to give my opinion on the situation which is going on in America right now. I really feel sorry for American people who are watching their president behave just like a kid. I have so much respect and affection to Republican people, to let's say Republican voters. And I do have any problem with Donald J. Trump because he's a president that I respect. He was democratically elected by his people in a fair election. So I have no problem with him. But I just feel like the way he's handling diplomacy, American diplomacy, is definitely going wrong. And somebody needs to rein Trump in. This guy is definitely going crazy. He's putting in danger the relationship between the United States of America and its, let's say, or allies, European allies especially. But there's not a problem. The real problem comes when Trump attacks a neighbor which has always been a loyal partner, a loyal ally to the United States of America, which is Canada. I've never been to Canada, I've never been to America either, but I do feel like Canada is just like a part of the United States. So if you attack a country which is culturally very close to you and which is just some miles away from the United States, I think it's absolutely a dangerous game that Trump is playing. And somebody needs to tell him to stop it right now. Well, like many of you, yesterday I watched it, the speech, by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. He was definitely pissed off. He was definitely angry. He was definitely, disappointed by the United States' decision to wage a trade war against a country which is not only a country, but which is a neighbor, a friend, a brother, a sister, whatever you want. So let's take a listen to what I said yesterday.
Canada will be implementing 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods, starting with tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods immediately, and tariffs on the remaining $125 billion of American products in 21 days' time. I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this.
We don't want this. This is what Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, said yesterday. I believe that's my personal opinion, that somebody at the White House needs to talk to Donald J. Trump and tell him that he's playing a very dangerous game. Because Canada is not an African country. We're not talking about Afghanistan, we're not talking about Pakistan, we're not talking about South Africa, we're not talking about, Iraq or Iran. We're talking about a friend, a country which is very close to the United States, which is close to the United States culturally, politically, historically. You cannot divide these two countries. You cannot separate them. You cannot come between them. So, I do believe that in terms of diplomacy, the United States government or the United States administration or the Trump administration is doing absolutely bad. Is doing really bad. What is the problem? Is J.D. Vance the problem? I don't know. Is Trump the problem? I think so. Because he is the commander-in-chief. Is Elon Musk pulling the strings? Probably. Probably. All I know is that something is definitely going wrong here. We saw the last time how Trump treated the president of Ukraine, Zelensky. I'm not a great fan of Zelensky, let it be clear. I'm not a fan of Zelensky because I do believe that this war must end now. And I'm on the same page as Donald J. Trump when he tells Zelensky that this war must end. And right now, in order to save lives, because a lot of people are dying in Ukraine, and Ukraine, with all the military equipment that he has received, has never turned the tide. Ukraine has not won the war and is not winning it. Absolutely not at all. So somebody needs to talk, or needed to talk to Zelensky and tell him that you should not keep waging war against Russia, on Russia, receiving a lot of money from the United States and a lot of money from the European Union without being able to win it. So I totally agree with Trump. But the way he did it was absolutely disgusting. Humiliating a president of a country at war publicly, in front of everyone, publicly, is absolutely shameful. It's really shameful. Let's take a watch.
Everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position.
You're right now not in a very good position. You're right now not in a very good position. Of course we know that. We know that Zelensky and Ukraine are not in a very good position. We all know that. This war has been going on since 2022. And a lot of people have died in this war in Ukraine, on the battlefield. Everybody knows that Zelensky is definitely not the right guy doing this job. He lost the war. He lost the war. I'm saying this publicly. I have no fear. He lost the war. But did Trump need to humiliate him publicly? He didn't need to do that. I mean, I'm in France, in Europe. This wouldn't happen in this country. In terms of diplomacy, European people are way more elegant than American people are. I do love America. I do love American people. But I think that when a president, which is the president of the United States, we're not talking about, the president of a third world country. We're talking about the president of the United States, the leader of the free world. When he invites at the White House a president whose country is at war for 3 years, talking to him or berating him like a child, this is absolutely disgusting and humiliating. This is not America. This is definitely not America. I have no problem with American people. But I do believe that American people today need to talk to the President of the United States and tell him that enough is enough. I love Trump. He's a successful businessman. Now he's the President of the United States. We like it or not, whether we like it or not, this is the reality. He has been elected democratically by his people, but somebody in his entourage needs to talk to him, because this is definitely not the way people perceive America around the world. America used to be a gentleman. America used to really be a gentleman. Boots on the ground, settling complicated issues diplomatically. But when you have a president who is behaving like this at the White House, it is absolutely scandalous. So, I don't know what is going to happen. I just had to react to this and give my opinion. I'm not here to talk about the situation between the United States and Ukraine, because this is not the objective of this video. But I feel like when the President of the United States wages a war on Canada, he crosses the front line. Trump is definitely crossing the front line. And somebody in the United States, somebody at the White House has to stop this before it's going too far, because it is absolutely scandalous. The whole world is talking about this. Even in France, some people who are right-wing politicians or right-wing voters who used to be very close to Donald Trump ideologically, today they're saying that there is something wrong with this president. And I think somebody needs to talk to this president and say, well, sorry, Trump, but you are putting in danger our interest in Africa, in Europe, and now in America with this trade war against Canada. I hope so. Thank you guys, and see you next time. Thanks. Goodbye.